Hello. Today we're going to be talking about a key piece of functionality in cartonization routines, which is 3D packing rules. Now, 3D packing rules aren't necessarily a new idea, but what we found over time is that sadly, most WMSs don't include the ability to incorporate 3D packing rules into their cartonization, or worse, if they do, they're very difficult to actually program in and enforce and require usually some sort of IT resource or other technically skilled person to actually implement them. This sort of removes their usefulness from a on the floor perspective to the inventory managers and operators and can be very difficult to keep up with in a dynamic, fast-paced fulfillment environment. Now, some people would point to some of these rules and say their human packers can simply just know in advance when they're coming that a series of hats will fit together. And that may be true. But these days, with more and more fulfillment centers moving towards a pick to box first motion in order to increase units per hour in productivity and decrease the overall number of touches in a warehouse, that actually becomes much more important to enforce a systemic cartonization routine and ensure that the boxes that are being set up pre-pick are correct and will fit the contents directly. Additionally, this can have big impacts on downstream and upstream automation, as well as materials and corrugated waste. To begin with, we'll start with a couple of simple 3D rules and then talk about where we're taking 3D rule functionality and usage at the end of this for a sneak preview to see how we can roll out 3D rules for better utilization across fulfillment centers everywhere. Exclusion rules. One of the simplest yet most requested cartonization rules is actually the exclusion rule, whereby we can identify rules on a per item basis that either restrict them from packing with other SKUs or into certain boxes, or force them into packing with another SKU or into a certain box. Some common examples of why this is helpful include hazmat requirements, think children's toy and battery, which is the example you see in front of us, or 3PL fulfillment, ensuring certain branded boxes pair with specific items. As you can see on the screen here with this relatively simple example, we have an exclude rule set up on a battery per hazmat requirements. You can see it packed into two separate boxes right over here on the right-hand side. And when I go ahead and delete this exclude rule we have set up and repack the order, you can see it pack into what might be a more typical dumb cartonization routine, where the only goal is to try and fit as many things as possible into the box. These rules can be both be set up on a per item and per box basis. Stackability. Another commonly requested 3D rule is stackability. This refers to the characteristic of items to stack into one another, compressing the volume utilized. The most notorious example of this, in an actual use case that two of our customers came to us for, is with hats. If you look at this pack on the screen, the small rectangular slivers actually represent nested hats that are approximately 83% of the cubic XYZ linear dimensions. You can see down here what the actual full XYZ cube looks like. So we saw in the previous rules, we not only provide the right carton or mailer to pack an order into, but we also share the image of the pack information back in the API response if the WMS or HMI at the packout screen supports it. If we go down to the bottom of the inspector tool where our rules are, delete the stackability rules, then repack, you can see it transform into the plain XYZ linear dimensions of hats, which result in a 3-box pack recommendation. This can have serious implications to a manual cart build setup or some upstream automation, which is now calling for 3 boxes versus 1, and an additional manual intervention. This is very similar to another rule that is unique to Paccurate, which is our internal void space rule, which we'll talk about in a following session. Alternate dimensions, 1D, 2D, or 3D. The last rule we'll talk about today is alternate dimensions, better known as squishability, foldability, or compressibility. This rule does exist out in the wild a bit more frequently than the others we've discussed, but you primarily see it with the absolute dimensions, and specifically, it's usually built for apparel folding. On the other hand, we built this cartonization algorithm knowing that there are many use cases in enterprise fulfillment where only specific dimensions should be changed, i.e., a fold down tab on a bag of cat treats, or where a shrink percent is more appropriate to use across an item category than absolute dimensions, i.e., a soft stuffed toy. While this rule is a bit harder to show visually, you can actually see as I move my cursor from this first item to the second item, the small change that can result in that one-dimensional reduction in size. In addition to fold-down tabs or fold-in clothing, we also see this rule applied to capture internal void space, such as luggage or packing something into a bag. In conclusion, 3D rules can help materially increase volume utilization, reduce void fill, and overall reduce costs of both line haul and materials on a per order basis from a transportation perspective. So why aren't they used more often? The answer to that question is that today, the few WMSs that support these types of dimensional rules require code changes in the item master cartonization routine, or worse, require you to reach out to the WMS professional services team to implement. With today's overloaded IT teams and the gap between the packout station and the back office, it's almost impossible to stay on top of 3D rules, and many operations just default back to a basic liquid fill cartonization, calling it good enough. Well, for operations looking for an edge, good enough doesn't cut it anymore. And so we are excited to announce an upcoming new feature to our core API, which will be the industry's first ever GUI for 3D cartonization. With this, inventory managers or packout managers on site will be able to quickly implement new packing rules on SKUs as they inbound them, saving them back to the cartonization routine for immediate impact on the operation. Stay tuned for a sneak peek in the near future and an official launch towards the start of the new year.